everybody. It's Janelle with Good Enough with Janelle, and I am so excited to have you guys here today. This is a special episode in that I actually made a meal. It is John's birthday when we recorded this. So you will see me actually making my very first turkey. But before then, I had to clean out the sink. And what I'm dealing with right there is a little ice pack that comes in with the Imperfect Foods delivery. And it's like a little gel pack, but it was leaking a little bit, so we couldn't keep it or anything like that, so I had to dump it. But I wasn't trying to dump it, so John had to help me with that. If you are new here, my name is Janelle, and I am married to John, and we have a 4-year-old pit bull terrier, or rather an American pit bull terrier named Pip, and two 15-year-old cats named Mira and Marcella. And I started this channel just as a way to remind people that, hey, you know what? You don't have to be perfect when it comes to cleaning. You just have to be able to get it to what works for you and your family. And if you are not someone that can sit there climbing all over everything or standing for long periods of time, that's what this channel is for. I am in my 40s, and I am not going to crawl around on floors or climb on counters. And there are reasons that I'm not able to stand for long periods of time. So I sit to do things like do the dishes or anything like that. So this is just showing you that you can make those little accommodations for yourself and still live and be able to keep your area clean as you need it to. Remember, you don't want to put that added pressure on yourself if you don't have to. Things don't have to be perfect. They just have to be good enough. So sit back. You can either put this video up on your TV or your computer or your phone and let me help motivate you, or you can just sit back and relax and chill out and watch the video. Either way is great with us. Please don't forget to comment down below, give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. All those things really show YouTube that this channel is worth paying attention to and gets me to find a larger audience to help spread the message that, hey, you don't have to be perfect and it is okay to be good enough. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will be back in a little bit while we talk about that turkey that I made. And I had to have a little fun with that and say, hey, it's not John can cook. It is Janelle can cook. It is a very rare opportunity to see this, and you probably will not be seeing it again for another year because I don't cook that often. So we had a 16-pound bird. What happens is every year I ask John what he wants for his birthday, and he lets me know. And then my thing is I want to be able to cook the meal for him. So I've done, my favorite is probably a crown roast where I had the little cherry tomatoes at the top and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun. But this is a turkey. So this is great for those of you that are thinking about doing your Thanksgiving meal. I actually end up making an entire Thanksgiving meal because despite that somebody said it was just going to be turkey and stuffing, of course he had to also have biscuits and corn and all, mashed potatoes and all sorts of good stuff. So I was having a little fun there. Again, this was a 16-pound bird, and we did leave it so that it was defrosted. The only part that was still a little bit frozen was the neck on the inside. There were some ice chunks on there, but other than that, it was good. So John walks me through this of getting everything out. He walks me through basically everything here. But I actually did the cooking. So now I am obviously unpackaging the bird and I'm putzing around with it a little bit. And then we're going to take it over to the sink to open it and rinse it. And just for the record, at the bottom, when I melted 2 sticks of butter there, on the bottom, the thing said to like pull on the 2 little, like stick your fingers in the holes and like separate them, and it will all come apart. And that was all a lie. And you will see just how much of a lie that really is. But now you see why I had to do the dishes first and why that it got included in on this video. So here I am. I'm like, oh, I can just pull this. Yeah. And finger in and oomph. And no, that was not going to work. So I had to cut open the wrapper and go in that way. And then you'll see that I'm rinsing the bird out, getting out the neck and the giblets, and prepping it that way. And then I put it back in the pan and take it back over to the counter to start prepping it. John thinks it's funny that he told me to put the neck inside the butt of the bird, but that was just to help carry it over. And he's a guy and thought that that was just really funny that I stuck the neck up the butt. So here we are. We have the bird here, and I am readjusting the feet at the end, or the legs at the end. I had undone them so that I could get stuff out. So then I take that little piece of fat and flip it back up again. And we did try to see if we could get the wings to tuck in, but they had like clipped them, so I wasn't able to do that. And John apparently likes the turkey neck, so he wanted me to cook that with it. But yeah, so then we smother it with butter that has mixed in with it a garlic powder, some Italian seasonings, and some I spread that on the bird, and then I did some nature seasonings on top. And I'm dabbing away at a little moisture here. I ended up just kind of painting it on the bird, and then it gets cool pretty quick, so you want to be a little bit quick with that. We cooked the bird at about 400 degrees for about 3.5 hours after it's covered with the aluminum foil, and then took off the aluminum foil and measured or tested the temperature. And since it was well past the safe limit, then we let it sit in there for about another 30 minutes while I had biscuits in there, and I finished up the rest of the sides for the meal. And it all ended up pretty much in a very beautiful symphony of all getting done pretty much at the same time. So when we put it in the oven, he said, because we used double foil on it, I had to put it so that the vent part was facing me. And when I went in there to put it in, I grabbed the hot pads and it accidentally knocked in a plastic lid. So he thinks it's funny, so he's filming it there because he was my cameraman for this. Yes, this was the first time I really used the stove. And yes, I knocked in the plastic thing, but I got it out in enough time before it completely melted. Please don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I didn't actually get a picture for the video of the final meal together, so I will be posting that on Facebook and Instagram after this video posts on YouTube. So be sure to check it out there to see how great the meal ended up turning out. And oh ho ho! Here we go. You kind of flapping open there, but it turned out great. Of course, I got the 1 can of biscuits in southeastern Wisconsin that refused to open in the easy/scary way. So I had to try to cut it open to get in there and get the biscuits. But so we had the flake-away biscuits, and then I made some stovetop stuffing. We had some mashed potatoes from a little packet, and then I did some pan-fried corn. Look at me juggling all this together. I'm freaking fantastic. We got the mashed potatoes going. We got the corn going, browning that up. We have the stovetop is getting mixed up. Beautiful, beautiful. I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of this meal that I did because, like I said, it was my first turkey and it was just really exciting to me. It turned out pretty good for being my first turkey. A little dry, but in my opinion, I think turkey is always dry. So I always have ketchup on hand whenever I have turkey. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Your support is just wonderful to me and means the world. Don't forget, it is okay to be good enough, and that is great with us. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for next week's video. Thanks, everybody.